Hello and welcome to this playthrough of Factorio, where I am building a megabase on Earth. I am using a mod, Cities of Earth, focusing on the Old World Hemisphere. My goal is to reach 10,000 science per minute with a rail-based design. The resources are set to maximum size and density, and biters and pollution are turned off. Mod list is shown in the description, as well as a link to my Twitch channel, High Speed. Please come visit me there. Questions and comments are welcome. Thank you for watching. Okay, here we are. Let's hope the music works. I don't have a bunch of... I keep running out of these yep. Okay, you need to reload. So I think I'm good on fuel. Low boy. So I want to bring a train here that brings me proud mods, because I'm not getting enough. I've got a train that's set up there to bring locomotives and fuel. I'm good. I'm good. I just got distracted here. I got to delete these things before they get filled. Too late. I am running out of these proud mods far too often, and I need that fixed. Ah. Alright. I'm surprised I don't have those. How many are you supposed to have? I think this is too low. Because it's supposed to be able to fully load, and it's not. Hello, West Dude. Pentatonic's Little Drummer Boy is my favorite. Well, we're gonna just disagree with that. One of my spiders came and took that. Something I work very hard to do is to prevent the spiders from doing that. Well, West Dude, this is a playlist from Spotify for Christmas music's popular music. I will eventually switch to another one, but for now, this is what I'm listening to, and I'm enjoying it. What are we still missing here? Yeah, these modules, which I just got. Woohoo! A raid. Merry Christmas, Mucky. Hi, Humba. Hi, chat. We are listening to Christmas music. I am trying to figure out how to click buttons. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. So, let's see. I have too many of these now. Thought I had some of these in a chest. Yeah, you're supposed to be there. Oh, because I was testing with that. You need to go away. Alright, so the rocket silo complex for India is nearly complete. All of the supplies and feedings are there. Mucky, I would ask you how Nullius is doing, but I've been watching your stream. I even watched yesterday's stream. I can't honestly say I watched it. I clicked on it and then listened. Although I also have to say that if I could have a redeem, like you used to have those really cool redeems when you did stuff. You want me to do what for 10,000 points? I would redeem that, and it would involve these things, and it would involve putting these things everywhere, because that crunching sound that happens on snow, that Nullius and SpaceX, I hate that sound. God, I hate it. Besides that, it slows you down, makes the whole game sluggish. Yeah. Reach here, yeah. Well, you're doing C block reach, and Spain is Energia. It's glowing. It's glowing. It's using a 4-reactor setup designed by Solo Scout that has steam buffers, and there's a few of them. I'm told this is called the Iberian Peninsula. I don't know what that means, but it's providing some electricity. And if I turn off beacons, we can see the beacons are consuming 41 gigawasps, as Mucky would say. Hello, Vario. And the next highest thing is the assembly machines at 1 gigawasps. So these beacons are stupid expensive in terms of power. Now, in addition to Spain and Portugal, I have begun infecting Italy with a 14-reactor design. Supposedly, Reach has a larger design he was going to share with me, but then he decided I wasn't worthy of his creations, and so I had to go with this. But this is really nicely done. It was designed by Fennec. It uses some very clever heat pipe work and some pumps with steam to move things around. It doesn't have a steam buffer, unfortunately, so it does consume fuel, but I have a fair amount of fuel available there. And then something I didn't know when I set this up, this is a correct ratio of converting uranium ore into U-238 and 235, and then just these 4 centrifuges will convert as much of the 238 and the 235 using Covarex as I need. But what I didn't anticipate is that this process would generate so much 238. And what I didn't know, because I'm still a noob on this stuff, is that 238 can be upgraded to 235 at a 3-to-1 ratio on Covarex. I just didn't process. So it was suggested that I convert some 238 to 235 using this sort of setup. So, so I have this thing, which is way overbuilt. As you can see, I'm actually only using like 4 or 5 of these things. Thank you, Nanny Kathy. 1966. It's interesting, Nanny Kathy. If I were to put the year of my birth in my name, it would have the same numbers. So I am gradually converting this 238 to 235, but I don't have enough consumption space for 235. So I am storing 238. And by storing, I do mean storing. This is 840. Well, let's add to it just because it would be fun. Yeah, well, my designs, like, so here's a new one. First time, Nanny Kathy, you are the first person to redeem that. I added a function to vehicle sticker. It now, when a person follows, will put their name on a random wagon somewhere in my train network. Congratulations. You're the first. And thank you for the follow. It worked. It frickin' worked. And for those of you who are already followers, there is a redeem that you can click that will have me manually place, not manually, but I'll invoke it for you. Yeah, Mucky, I didn't think that through. I will set that up someday in the future. So the reason I'm using so many beacons is because I'm using this type of design. I'm using a 12 beacon design for everything. This is research here in the Arabian Peninsula. It's capable of doing almost 20,000 science a minute for some of them. Well, Mucky, first I have the latest version of Vehicle Sticker, which I just put on the mod portal. Vehicle Sticker now allows a remote command. And secondly, I am using Mix It Up as my chatbot. And in Mix It Up, there is a event response that you can do to a Twitch follow. And there is a thing in Mix It Up called external program. And I am using an application called ARRCON, Archon. And I just run Archon to my server with the command for vehicle sticker. Yes, we do need to talk. And now that you're off work for, I don't know, a couple days, what, to the end of the year or something like that? Because down in Aussie land, your months go weird. I can talk you through that. Yeah, which is what, about 2 weeks, a week. In the rest of the world, that's about a week's worth of time. So I'm in the process of building a rocket silo here. I make heavy use of blueprints. I updated all these blueprints, so these are all going to need to upgrade, to download. Yes, Reach. Reach, I'll be honest, I've been paying attention to your stream, and I am impressed what you've gotten working so far. You've done some really cool stuff, and you made it happen really quickly, and it's impressive. So there's stuff I could learn from you as well. Bonk. That gray trunk. Oh, yeah. Okay, go away. There's about 1,000 bots in this network. This functionality here, my favorite part is this. It will build satellites. Now, imagine that there are beacons in all of this. And yes, I am building right over top of that uranium because I don't need it and it's in the way. And yes, those rails are broken on purpose. But this will build satellites. It's a self-contained satellite building for 4 satellites at a time. So it uses a combination of belts and bots. If you imagine all of the raw materials, which is to say oil and water and coal, oil, and steel and iron and copper are delivered here, the bots will take it to the various things that need it. Water and oil are pumped over here to get cracked and broken down, and then rocket fuel from the solid fuel and low density structures. And then they're put onto the network in designs like this. Now, once the beacons are all in here, it's not going to be so spread out. It's going to be kind of crowded. But it makes the proper ratio of batteries and red circuits and blue circuits. And then, oh, this is something I wanted to share. I am so proud of this. This is so clever of me. And I'm so proud. I have this design. If you imagine again that we have beacons, let me go grab a bunch of beacons so that I can show this off. What a beautiful voice. My God. Who is this? Laffy. Oops. My goodness, I have to look her up. So, if we take a look at this with its beacons, I did a thing here. So my design is such that I have input feed that is bot fed. Right? So I don't have, I try to minimize bot travel and I try to minimize bot usage because I think of bots like I do point-to-point delivery service. If the usage is going to be consistent, I'll use belts. If the source or destination are variable, I'll use bots. And so in this case, I'm delivering green circuits and plastic and copper to a known location, or a variable location, because there's a pair of them, and they're all over the place. But this is using them in a consistent way. If I were to put these receivers, like these, a copper for this instead of this belt, I have to put them on all of these, and I've just greatly increased. When you multiply that out, I've greatly increased the number of chests and the number of bots, and therefore the amount of power I need, and how complex it gets, and how much UPS it's using, blah, 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 blah. So I use this hybrid strategy of deliver the stuff locally and then let it get distributed. And what I did here, because I have these columns of pathing, is that I'm delivering copper to the copper cable machine, and then I spit the copper cable out and let it get absorbed by these. And I deliver plastic here and green circuits here, and they bypass this one. So I've got this cool little hybrid of a hybrid that makes its own copper cable. And the idea came from trying to be efficient with green circuits. Is I'm doing the same thing here, is I'm delivering the copper cable to the green circuit on a 1-to-1 ratio, because when you put these machine modules in the machine, they get close enough. So I'm super happy with how that turned out. And also I wanted to get rid of these. I don't like loops in rails, and this creates, if these are full, they create a loop, and I don't like that. So I was testing out whether or not they would, oh wait, I didn't want to delete them yet. I don't know if it'll work for sure. So I've just broken them. But eventually, I'm probably going to tear that out. So the trains that are coming in and out are going to take a slightly longer path. But won't do stupid loopy things. So that's stuff and things. The broken rails will probably help, yeah. I didn't want to go through the effort of cleaning up these intersections. I also need to signal these. I just put the rails down. I didn't put down the signals. So might as well get after that. It's wonderful. It's a time of the year. So I'll get rid of the rails, but that's going to give me a bunch of signals. Uchi! Morning, Merry Christmas. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I don't know which of these got signaled and which ones didn't, and I have a bunch of signals that I copied from other places, so I'm just going to be placing these over top of these things. Yeah, those didn't get placed there. I would have preferred that this not turn out looking like a city block type of design, because that's a bit stale to me, and I don't care for that. It's a bit too routine. But it is a rather well-organized design, and it's efficient, so as much as I'm not a huge fan. This is also, yeah, Santa. Well, he got me. I slept all day yesterday. This rail network is set up so that this is isolated. These are not on the general rail network. Later on, I'm going to expand this research thing. Oh, that reminds me. I need to set this to request some labs. Because that's 10, 20, 30, 40. Because I need to get the labs ready for when I expand that to 500 or so labs. And they're going to end up on a train. And I need my production capacity right now for labs, wherever the heck they may be, right there. It's currently set to produce 50 labs, and I'm going to need 400, 500. So I need about 10 of these. So this will let this thing build. I don't need them right now, but I'll need them eventually. Thanks, Mucky. Hope you had a good Christmas. By the way, you failed at no swear redeem because you said goddamn. Let me get rid of these beacons. I need assemblers. That's surprising. And I need these. So I also have multiple, if you will, generational versions of these designs. Because the one over here in Africa, it uses different setup. It uses medium power poles. And what happened is when I was building it, I realized that the number of medium power poles I needed, 7,000, was just nuts. And I didn't want to use substations on my design because a substation doesn't pay off for 11-to-1 ratio over a medium power pole. And so I was using 4 medium power poles instead of 1 substation. So you look at it and you say, okay, well, this is 4 mediums or 1 substation. What I didn't take into consideration is transportation and assembly. Because I have to bring those 7,000 power poles here, and there's only so many slots on a train, and they've got to be brought, and it was trip after trip after trip of train full of power poles. So that was 7,000 power poles, and this is 1,000 substations and 2,500. So I cut the number of power poles to 1/3, which that's 5,000 power poles. If a wagon can hold 400 or 40, 50 in a stack, 500 in a row, 2,000 in a train, so that's 2.5 wagons. Which I don't have any of these dedicated to them. It's just a couple at a time in a couple of places here and there. And it was a real pain to get all those power poles, especially because they fed and they used to feed the roboports like they do feed here. They feed the roboports that are used to build things. So if I used medium power poles, I had to bring all 7,000, and then sometimes the roboports would run out of power, and I'd have dead zones. I'd have to manually go out and place power poles in order to be able to get the roboports to power up so they would continue building. That's a big cluster rodeo. I didn't want to have to deal with that. So I stopped that. I changed these things over to use substations, which with the decreased load on medium power poles means that I can carry both of them easier and get all this stuff built. What are we needing here? Oh yeah, we still need assemblers. Who has my assemblers? You have some assemblers. How many assemblers am I needing? Not many. Not many at all. Where is my reverse factory? I don't like not having that. I have a little production assembly set up here. Because I always end up needing stuff. Yeah, Reach, that's what I have here. If you were to look at this, I have it with just the rails and power poles and roboports. And then I have it, I'm sorry, no rails. Well, this one has rails. I was screwing around with different implementations. Hi, kitty cat. So I've been screwing around with different implementation levels so that I can minimize my load on the bots because they're stupid. So I have staged builds as well. It's a good idea. How is it that I need rail? I can understand that I need an underbelt. That's hilarious. Proof that music doesn't have to be in your native language to still be good music. Do not understand the words, but it's still a good rhythm and well sung. That part I understand. Green inserters and power poles. That's not enough power poles. That's power poles. That'll fix that. That'll get this built. That's looking pretty good. And this is intentionally broken right here. So that the trains, if I had trains on this network, they wouldn't be running in and doing things. Now I have, in addition to this little satellite builder that I have right here, so this builds satellites, I also have a train builder because I don't know exactly how many trains I need to run this. And because this is an isolated train network, I have a small little drop-off area with some bots. If I properly feed it, which I have not. And I have separated it because otherwise it would eat all my fuel. People have asked about the fueling solution. I have each one of these has a fuel drop off, and we'll have a few bots to drop off fuel and then feed wherever a train unloads is where I expect to put fuel on it. So these are all preloaded because I've been kind of cheating it. But eventually what's going to happen is that where the rocket fuel is being made for the whole world, there is a train. And what it does is it loads up on fuel. It's the opposite. Well, that's what it's supposed to do, but I broke it. Let me go get a copy of this. What it's supposed to do is load the fuel. What song is this? Because, oof. Okay, that's what this song is. So this one cannot have the unloader. All right. This is one that probably should have been left in the cutting room floor. Holy crap, is that terrible. No wonder people consider Christmas music bad, because the standards for good music goes down just because they put Christmas on it. My opinion, I could be wrong, but no, I'm not. Imagine trying to talk a backup singer into singing that lyric. No, really, it'll sound good. Announcer voice. It did not sound good. All right, so this is all built. Oh, I was in the process of signaling things. So that's why I did that. For each of these intersections, the signals continue in each direction. So the exit from an intersection, I know my signals, my stations are a little over, my intersections are a little over signaled. But for each of them, I have the outbounds is a chain signal, and then I carry it one more. So when you look at these, it kind of aligns with the RoboPort. I would give this another downvote if I could. So this is technically too close. I'm going to give preference to the larger intersection so that it doesn't lock things up. Good. What a huge difference. Same talent pool. Just from the first freaking words, how he carries the note and how it's so much more soft and warm. Just a huge improvement. Man, what a diff. Well, then they go and ruin it by putting screeching children. Alrighty, we're going to continue this. That's a lot of trees. I should probably rip them out. Partially because I love killing trees. Sorry, Knox. I don't really want to lock this whole thing up. Missed that. I'll just do this. Wonder why he chose the word. He took over and made it a diphthong, which is weird because instead of over, he went over. That was weird. Oh, look at that screw. Oh, look at that pooch screwed. I did not re-engineer this correctly. These are using the wrong designs. Oh, I forgot these have custom layouts because they don't have loaders. So these are all supposed to be on the same feed line. Ah, the pain. The pain. The pain. This shouldn't be here. Little things you forget about that you customized. Because this is going to be the same way. All right, who are we dealing with here? No, I'm not above criticizing Christmas songs. Don't give a crap. My God, this person cannot sing. I'm going to try not to skip any of these Christmas music songs, but I am going to not be shy if they're terrible. What producer was like, yeah, this is good enough to sell? So that producer needs to be fired. Hi, kitty cat. All right. I was fixing this. Yeah, and now you can't leave because your source is not full. Bye, trees. I thought the guy was drunk when he was singing, but it turns out it sounds like he's just Scottish. Do I have this signaled right? No, I don't. These, oh, I see why I did that. Okay. Yeah, you're also wrong. That will let me fix it on all of these. My God, that voice. All right, so that should be fixed now. So I did bring over a bunch of rail trains so that I could make things happen. Why are you complaining? Oh, because you are uniquely designed as well, and I didn't finish signaling you. Squirrel! Um, this is oil. Oil actually has 3 loaders. And it's designed in this weird fashion. I don't know that I need to persist this. Let me check. Designed in this weird fashion so that if I needed to, I could run power poles down through here. And the fact that I said if I needed to tells you a lot about how I just keep designing things for the possibility situation instead of the actuality situation. Probably not good for my base design. Because these are loaders, and loaders have slightly different rail connections. Good. I think I'm all set on this. I need to figure out what trains I need next. So I've got a steel, I've got one iron, and I've got one copper. Now the iron and copper are complaining that they have no destination. The steel plant here is making steel as fast as it can, but because I don't have beacons installed, it just takes forever. So both of these have unloaded. Oh, look at that rat's nest of wires that I want to go in and fix, but I won't. All right. I don't think I have any oil trains on here yet. Yes I do. But they're not working. I wish it would let me click to various ones. No path. You are requesting... Not exactly a happy thought. Why is this train not willing to go? Yes, it does say no path. But it's supposed to have a path. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It would say no path if the rail wasn't there. So let's turn on all the fuel handling. I don't need any water trains on this setup because I was able to get everything that needs water. Why are you still complaining? So you're there. Oh, because you're on an exit lane. There's no way to fix that. That's my only option on that one. Kind of ugly. I'm going to have to re-engineer this a little bit. I was hoping that would fit, but it does not. All right, there's only one oil train. I think I put all the trains in the other one. Jay, why did you come back here? I think we're done with you coming here. Thank you, Ariel. It is sometimes good music, isn't it? All right. That's what I was going to do. Trains. 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 I'm going to go manually place some trains. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We'll do it this way. Come here, Pax. Let's go for a ride. We're going to go put these trains in these machines, even though they've already built all these trains. And they don't need these trains.